You want to go over Terra Mora? I remember you asked me if I would go over those 3 essays again.
Yes.
So I'll do that. And if we just do that and spend time on the glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport, then we're done. And you just go back and do it. You guys, did you all see the video? The cell one? Because that's something, it's an hour and 34 minutes. And that one I put up before Tuesday. What was that? I put that up like last weekend.
Yeah.
And so that's the only extra one, isn't it? That's the only extra one that you need to see for this exam on Monday. I'm going to give you a little more time. We're going to do that. We'll probably get it done in an hour, but let me give thought to it. But let's try to sign up for this. I mean, I'm going to leave the times open. And right after tonight, you guys choose a time. I mean, right after we get off this, choose a time on Monday. And I will look in reverse chronological order. I'm going to look at, no, in chronological order. I'm going to look at who sent me, say Shayla sends a request for 3 o'clock on Monday. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm going to go in the order I got the emails in. I'm not going to go to my latest one. I'm going to go to the first one I got right after we get off of this. And I'm putting in you in for that time and that time and that time. And then if there's a conflict of time, I'll let you know right away and you choose another time. Or let me ask you, do you want me to choose a time that's right next to it? If your time is taken, do you want me to choose the time next automatically or just get back to you? What do you want me to do?
Get back to me.
Get back to you, okay. So if you say 3 o'clock on Monday and that's taken, you don't want me to put you in at 2 or 4 then? Okay. I'll get back to you and you guys tell me that. All right. So that's what we'll do. And so assuming all of you saw the lecture, are you good on that? That's what, and then you saw the Microsoft Word document that supports that lecture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Besides those essays, you guys have any general questions you want to ask me? And then we'll get started and play in a little glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport game. Any questions?
How many questions is it going to be?
That's a really good question, Shayla. Last time we had one anatomical, the 4 parts that we started with were the essay. We had 1 essay. We'll probably have 2 this time. And that, of the 3 essays that I'm going to go over. And it's going to either be the insulin essay, the glucagon, or the cervix one. I call those essays. But, it's where you really give it to me. People used to have to write the whole thing out. And they would start with the essays. And then they would go, after they did the essays and the diagrams, then they would go to the multiple choice and and true false. And I would have matching sometimes. But I don't have any matching for you guys, not for this one. So that's what we're starting with you guys. We're doing the essay, the diagrams, and then we're going to multiple choice, true false, and I do have some more fill in the blanks.
Turn it down, please.
I do believe. So just like we did it. To answer Shayla's question, instead of there being 1 quote unquote essay on insulin, glucagon, or cervix, there'll be 2. So you very likely will get the one that you had last time and then another one. So know all 3. Then you're going to have body parts again. Same number of questions for body parts. And it's going to be front or back, a combination. Front and back, I should say, combination. So if I say, what's the back of the elbow called? You say olecranon. I say, what's the front called? You say antecubital. Boom, done. That's front and back. And we keep doing that first, so you know those body parts. That's another major category. Then we're going to have, might we have the cell diagram again? Probably not. You already did the cell diagram, so that's not going to be on. Will you have chemical structures? What do you think?
Yes.
I'd say, right? You had 5 last time, you'll have 10 this time. And last time they were worth 2 points each. This time they're like 1.5 points each to get me 15 points. Okay? And where are those structures coming from?
The slides.
You darn right. Who just said that?
Taramore.
Tara?
Yeah.
You're right. What slides? The ones that are in your PowerPoint. I'm going to pull those. Do you know what I used to do? You know those ones, those strange representations? Those different representations at the end? I used to use those and not give them to you as notes. You had to figure out that representation. I used to do that in the summer class. I would give you the classic representations, and then I would give you those strange representations, and they had never seen them before. Well, look what I do. But I started a couple of years ago giving those as well. So there should be no question in your minds what the names of the chemicals are that you're going to see. So you're going to get all of that right. Then what are we going to do? Then we're going to go straight to the multiple choice. We'll have some fill in the blanks. Probably about twice as many as we had last time. We only had 4 last time. Might have 8. I don't know. And then we're going to have 40-ish multiple choice, 25-ish true false. Done. And remember all the stuff that you just studied for to be, for the quiz. All of that is on this exam. In addition, you've got that Word document and the last lecture that I go over the Word document. That's on the exam. I don't even think you need me. You don't even need me tonight. But I'm with you. We're going to hang out and play. But you don't need me. Could you get an A without sitting here and talking to me right now? You're damn right you could. You know what to do. You know what to study. You know where my questions are coming from. And you know how I ask them now. And this exam coming up is 100 points. You can go an A+ this. This is entirely in your domain. You decide what grade you want for the course and go get it. If you want a B, you need to shoot for a B+. If you want an A, you need to shoot for an A+. If you shoot for a B, if you want a B and shoot for a B, you won't get it. So study more than you would have, think you should. All right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, then why don't we just go over those essays like Tara asked me to do, Tara Moore. And if you think of something that you have a question on, ask it. I don't have to have a bell-shaped curve here. I don't have to have a certain number of low grades and such and such. Let's get some high grades, all of you. And if you think of something, ask it. But I'm thinking we go over the essay, all 3 essays, and then I'm thinking that we start playing with glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport. And I ask you some questions like you're going to see on the test. I don't think you need me to ask you organelle questions, do you? It's in the 8 pages. How many times should you read those 8 pages of organelles?
4.
That's what I'm saying. Kelsey, you're darn right. 4. And the first time you read it, take your time. Second time, take maybe a little less time. The third time, fourth time, it's kind of a review of things you already know. Just trying to get it memorized, get understood. So, put my phone over here. Somebody sent me a message. Yeah. I moved my phone. Sorry about that. I hope you guys, it didn't distract you. Okay, so can we do it? Can we go with the essays then?
Yep.
And you know what? I'm not going to put you on the spot and tell me what do you think the essay should say, right? Cass, what's your question? You have a question?
Yeah. I think that I had a hard time with the essay because, like, I couldn't get out the words. So would it be possible? I'm just asking if, like, when you asked the question, if I had a blank piece of paper and I wrote it down and then I verbalized it to you.
I love your idea, Cassie. No,
Okay.
not possible.
Okay.
You're going to have to just blurt it out.
Okay. This
I
one.
love your idea. It's sweet. And I want to say something to you, Cassie. I think, and I can verify this, I think you only got 2 wrong on my true false, which is very surprising. Most people miss a whole lot more than that.
Okay.
So congrats on that. Good job.
Thank you.
You know, I haven't had anybody get 100 on a true false since I can't tell you when. I mean, for years. But you got to kind of zen out. You kind of like use the force. And you did very well on the force. So I trust the force will move your tongue just right. You will say, you couldn't get the words out. I know. A lot of you are like, oh, you know. But what if we were having a job interview? Right? I can't get the words out, but let me write my answers and then I'll give them to you. But you're not going to get hired. All right, we need to be able to have a conversation on this. So when you're going over the essay, you could repeat it to somebody in your room, to yourself if you want, video yourself. But it was just I think the words come when the understanding is clear, and the words get all tied up and confused when the understanding is shaky. Particularly when you have all those G words like glucagon, glycogen, gluconeogenesis, and glucose, right? The things get really shaky if you're not sure. And we need to make sure that, you can second guess yourselves, even the multiple choice and true falses. I had some of you were second guessing yourselves and you were really just going over and over in the multiple choice. So you need to do it as though it's a standardized exam that you got extra time on. I mean, knock it out. Don't take more than a minute on any multiple choice. And I am a slow reader. Don't triple guess and all this kind of stuff. I mean, if you know the answer, you'll have a good chance of getting it right. You at least can eliminate some of the other ones. But I don't want to take more than a minute on a question. If you take a minute on one question, you need to take half a minute on another question. All right. So, and if you're fast on a couple, if you take less than half a minute, or you take a half a minute on a couple, well then, that's 30 seconds. You can read it and know the answer in 30 seconds for some of them. Well, then you can take 2 minutes on one. But there's a certain etiquette, and that is, and I imposed this last semester, that no one's allowed to take the length of time that would be necessary to look it up. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to take long enough for you to have literally scrolled through the computer and found the answer after doing a search, which is something over a minute. All right? Now, that's just etiquette that's put out by Berkeley. Oral exam etiquette from remote examinations. But you guys are great. And a couple of you I had to say, okay, let's move along. And you did fine. You did good. And the true falses, take more time on. Or not. Do what the heck you want. Cass, were you fast on the true falses? I forget. Were you fast, or did you just kind of use the force? What'd you do?
I don't think I was too fast, no.
No, you're just normal speed. I don't know true falses, maybe second guessing is not the best idea, but I'm tricky. I'm tricky with those. I didn't know I was until long after I started grading them. I didn't set them out to be tricky. So, what do you think? Shall we go over that essay stuff?
Yes.
And this is just the beginning for us. We're starting to get scores back. And as a class, you're head and shoulders above my previous classes. You and last year were way better on that quiz than previous classes. And yet previous classes, the average was a B, thereabouts B plus. But yet you've started stronger. As a class, you've started stronger. The median grade was an 81. My median grades in previous classes before last year was like 68. Median grade, meaning 50% were below that. Lowest grades were like in the 30s. Yet they still got B's in the courses on the average. You guys are a hell of a team. You can move forward. You can crush this course if you want. You doing the stuff for Dr. Hazel that her the homework?
There's nothing on there.
Nothing on there? Huh. When was the last time you saw something on there?
The first week?
Yeah, it was due May 30th. I had some.
Oh, really? Well, let it go. I will contact Dr. Hazel. Let me just send something right now so I don't forget. I'll ask her if there's something I need to tell you guys. Let me just see. Text message. Is there anything the 161 is there anything the 161 students should be doing for sapling homework?